messed up because some weirdo in a suit and some other guy who happened to look like what's his face had comedy movies sitting all over my damn couch. Don't know if I like that too well. Only anime belongs on the couch, nothing more. But today, everyone, I'm going to be talking about something a little special. It's called dub comparison. And today's video will be labeled Dub vs. Dub, Dragon Ball Z. So let's stop talking, cut to the chase, and get to it by comparing the characters. We're going to start with Ocean Dub versus Funimation Dub, Saiyan and Namek Saga, go! Alright, the best way to start out is by comparing the characters. Let's listen to the Ocean Dub version of Goku.
Now, let's see. What did King Kai say? 20 times Earth gravity? Alright, I'll give it a whirl. Gravitational level higher, set to 20. Huh?
Not too bad, but let's talk about this version. Goku kind of sounds like a little bit of a weasel for some reason. No, don't get me wrong, he sounds intimidating and etc., but, you know, that's all that's got going for him. The Goku I'm used to is more of a kind but intimidating at the same time, while they made this Goku sound kind of just intimidating, like a straight badass, which isn't a bad thing for the characters, but it just really doesn't mix well with the character. Goku needs a better voice. So let's stop here and let's listen to the Funimation dub Goku.
I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. Allied to good, nightmare to you.
Funimation dub Goku. Now, listen to that voice. So much more heroic. He sounds like a badass, but he can sound gentle. And the Funimation dub Goku just has it out. Who's the winner of this? More or less, Funimation dub Goku wins. So, let's get to the next character, Vegeta. And we're going to start by starting off with the first one. Let's listen to the Ocean dub Vegeta. Play it!
In mere moments, I will possess all the Dragon Balls, and then, immortal, I will defeat Frieza to become ruler of this dimension. It's got to be around here somewhere. What is going on here? How could I have been so stupid? It was that kid! I sensed he was hiding something from me! He has the Dragon Ball! But how did that no-good little runt find it? Huh?
It's just a watch, that's all!
That was no watch. That was a Dragon Ball locator. I'll get you for this! You won't escape my wrath! I'll get you! You're all mine!
Ocean dub Vegeta sounds like a badass, threatening, and somewhat scary. I mean, it makes you shit your pants with fear right there. You can hear it. Yeah. Now, let's take a look at Funimation dub Vegeta.
I pushed myself to the edge of my limits and beyond, but you've been born with a natural talent far beyond my own. No amount of training could have closed the gap between us. I realize that now. It was made painfully obvious to me today as I watched your fight with Babidi's monster. Imagine my shock to see the undeniable proof, to discover that no matter how hard I tried, I would never be able to catch you. A warrior prince forever living in the shadow of a low-level clown. So that's when I secretly made up my mind.
You fool! You deliberately let yourself fall under Babidi's spell!
Yes, I saw the power of Babidi's magic. At the World Martial Arts Tournament, those two henchmen he sent. The people who had seen those fighters in the previous tournament couldn't understand how they become so powerful. But you and I know, don't we? It was Babidi's magic, and I knew that what his magic had done for those fighters, it could also do for me. I knew that if I allowed myself to fall under his control, the difference in our power would disappear. I'm quite pleased with the results, even if they do come at a price. I'd say the end more than justifies the means.
Vegeta, I don't understand. You've never allowed anyone to help you before in your life. Why start now? Why Babidi?
Because I wanted him to reawaken the evil in my heart. I wanted him to return me to the way I was before! I was the perfect warrior, cold and ruthless. I lived by my strength alone, uninhibited by foolish emotion. But slowly, over the years, I became one of you, my quest for greatness gradually giving way to this life of mediocrity. I awoke one day to find that I had settled down, formed a family. I had even grown quite fond of them. Would you believe, I almost started to think the Earth was a nice place to live. Do you understand now, Kakarot? That's why I needed Babidi, to set me free, by releasing the evil in my heart. He has freed me of these petty attachments. And I'd have to say it feels pretty good.
Do you really believe what you're saying?
And there we have it. Which Vegeta was the best? Well, let's compare the two. Ocean Dub Vegeta sounds great for the Saiyan and Namek saga. Now, if you go past through the Frieza saga, it sounds okay. But it was just, it made Vegeta sound younger, sleek, and more threatening and badass, and evil. Because this guy was going for an evil version of Vegeta. He wasn't trying to go for the friendly version, or the older adult version. Now let's look at Funimation Vegeta. He sounded more mature, like an older Vegeta. Yeah, he sounded like Vegeta was taking a dump, but still, he still had a better voice for Vegeta when he became, you know, Vegeta in the Cell Saga, Android Saga, etc., Buu Saga. You know, Funimation Vegeta just worked a lot more. And I ain't gonna lie here, I would compare the two over 9000s, but it's been used way too much. So I'm not gonna compare those two. Chris Sabat's version for the Saiyan and Namek saga just didn't work. Didn't work at all. They just made Vegeta sound old and kind of crabby. Like, oh, Nappa! Sounded like he was taking a shit all over the characters. No offense, Vegeta, I like both characters, but the Funimation Vegeta wins for the later sagas, but Ocean Dub Vegeta wins this round. Let's take a look at the next one. Now, I know people were expecting me to compare Ocean Dub Gohan's voice with Funimation, but they're both good. Bottom line is, I don't really have any footage for them at the moment, so I'm not going to compare them. Same with Krillin, because nobody likes Krillin. He fails. But the next character I will compare with is Piccolo. Oh yeah. Show the Ocean Dub footage for Piccolo, please.
I never felt such power. It can't be Goku. No, it's too horrible.
Excuse me for dropping in. I'm trying to find a man named Kakarot. I thought you were him.
Yeah, that Piccolo scares the shit out of me. Now, show the Funimation version of Piccolo.
Well, we'll see if you still feel that way after I've beaten you.
Such a fighter spirit. I will enjoy absorbing you, Piccolo.
You keep using that name. It seems you've mistaken me for someone else. So, allow me to introduce myself.
Both good Piccolos, but I'm gonna have to go with the Ocean Dub Piccolo. He sounded more threatening, more badass, and he was scary. While the other Piccolo was voiced by the same Funimation voice actor as Vegeta, he just works for an older version of Piccolo, an older, wiser, while the other Piccolo sounds like he's going to rip your lungs out. Yeah, it's that scary. I'm going with the Ocean Dub pick. Don't hold it against me. Let's get to the next thing. Where would we be without him? Now, I'm only going to go on a small list here, only on the main villains of the show, like the first few villains and the second type villains. But let's get to it. We're going to start looking at the first villain of Dragon Ball Z, Raditz. Alright, roll the clip to the Ocean Dub of Raditz, please.
All right, ready or not, here I come! Tell me one thing, gentlemen. Which one of you will scream for mercy first?
That was pretty badass. The Ocean Dub Raditz was very, very fearing. He sounded like a brute. But let's take a look at Funimation Raditz. Let's see how he listens to.
Fools! Who do you think I am? A few weights aren't going to affect the outcome of this fight. I'm still 10 times stronger than you are.
That may be true, but strength isn't the only thing that matters. Not when you can outsmart your opponent.
You really don't have a clue, do you, brother? You know what? I think I've decided I don't want you to join us anymore. A fool like you would only slow us down.
Yeah, not so good on this one. Funimation Raditz just didn't work. He's voiced by the same guy who does Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, but he just sounded so calm and cool, you know, like, oh yes, Kakarot, we're gonna go out, you're my brother, ha 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 ha. While Ocean Dub Raditz sounded a little more fearful. You had a feeling this guy was gonna rip you to pieces if you messed with him. And he had more of a battle cry to his voice. I don't know what it is. Ocean Dub wins this round yet again. Now, I know most people are expecting me to talk about Nappa and the Ginyu Force, blah blah blah. But I'm not going to talk about them. Nope. They're okay. They weren't really part of the main villain cast. They were just on there and got thrown off later. We're going to talk about the last villain on here, Frieza. Okay. This one's probably an easy win for me here. Roll the clip with Frieza.
And one more makes 7.
You are certainly on the ball today, Captain Ginyu. If you were a dog, I'd scratch your belly. If you were a cat, I'd give you warm milk until you started to purr. But since you're neither of these, I'll just say thanks for a job well done.
It was my pleasure. You know how much I enjoy serving your Horned Highness.
Having these balls makes me feel something that resembles joy, I think. I want to caress them.
Frieza, allow me to honor you by performing the Dance of Joy.
Ginyu, save it for another day.
Oh, I get it.
Don't tell me I hurt your feelings, big guy. Lighten up. This is my moment of glory. Don't spoil it for me.
You're right, Frieza. I don't know what came over me. This is much more important than the Dance of Joy.
Now, Dragon Balls. Grant my wish. I want eternal life so that I can rule the...
Yeah, God, Ocean Dub Frieza scares me. Wanting to caress Dragon Balls. Ugh. Okay, play the Funimation Frieza.
For that, I'm going to give you a little break. I know, I'll fight without using my hands. Well, how does that grab you?
That's your call.
Fine then, this way I won't break my nails. Alright.
It's up to you, but I don't recommend it.
You're too cocky if you think I need to use my hands to beat you. I don't want you to die believing that you ever really had a chance to win.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. Shoot!
Very well then. No hands it is.
Sounds like a smoky old grandma. But somehow it worked. He was threatening. Well, both of these voices worked pretty well, but the other Frieza sounded like it was a man's transvestite smoking marijuana and dancing for Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
While the other Frieza sounded like it was smoking like a freight train. A smoky old grandma. So, Ocean Dub or Funimation? Well, let's see. The Ocean Dub one was just downright creepy. Made me want to shit my pants, and that's not what I was looking forward to in Frieza. I like Frieza to sound confident, cocky, and like a villain. Just downright evil. So, surprisingly, I'm going to go with the Funimation dub Frieza. I don't know, something about this Frieza just gave me chills. And that's it. Next, we're going to talk about the OST, the music. Which show had better music? Alright, play some of the clips from Ocean Dub. Yeah, the music wasn't so good. And I'm not even going to talk about Funimation's music. Now it's the Funimation music. Let's play some of those clips. Funimation music just seems to give you more empower. The OST there works so good. Bruce Faulkner music. It was incredible. Especially my favorite little piece was the piece where Vegeta first turns into a Super Saiyan. Wow. I mean, you could hear the emotion and the effort in that. But of course, having said that, the Bruce Faulkner music really doesn't come in until the Frieza saga, and that's when Funimation took over. So, I'm only comparing the two, you know, Saiyan through Namek. Now, which dub was the best total? Well, let's compare it up. Funimation had their set of voices for recognizable characters, and Ocean Dub was the starting dub version of the show. Well, Ocean Dub did have close to the dialogue to the series, but they had some pretty crappy moments in it. Let's see, like, there was a scene where Nappa blows up a plane, and just to make it child-friendly, Tien says, "Oh, they're okay, I can see their parachutes." Bullshit, you can see their parachutes. They're dead. They're into fiery ashes, Tien. Thank you, Ocean Dub, for editing the violence for us. Now, with Funimation Dub, they didn't really try to edit it that much. They tried to make it uncut, and they knew they were trying to edge for more adults, but they didn't match with the dialogue. Funimation did have its moments where the character wasn't supposed to say anything at all, and they'd slip something in when it wasn't showing their face. That's kind of crappy, but it works. I don't know, total. The Ocean Dub did get more close to the dialogue of what the people were trying to say, even though they had shitty editing. So, surprisingly, the winner of this battle is the Ocean Dub. Yeah, not as great as Funimation, but it was what we got started out with. It's what we grew up with, and it's who started dubbing Dragon Ball Z first. So, yeah, Ocean Dub wins this one. Thanks for watching.